Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and today Apple released iOS 15.7 to the public. This is most likely the last major iOS 15 update ever. Last year we had iOS 14.8, this year we have iOS 15.7, and that is to give support to the remaining phones that no longer will be getting iOS 16. So today Apple also released iOS 16. So if we go into our settings, you can see here, upgrade to iOS 16. However, if you have an iOS 16 supporting device, you actually get a choice of installing iOS 15.7 or 16. I took a screenshot earlier before it was installed, and you can see here we have the option for 15.7 as well as upgrade to iOS 16. So you'll have that option at least for a little while. And of course, 15.7 and 16 were released alongside watchOS 9, tvOS 16, iPadOS 15.7, and macOS 12.6. All of those are available now. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the build number and talk about what's new. So we'll go down to Settings. Within our settings, let's go back and we'll go to General and then About. And next to software version, you can see version 15.7 with a build number of 19H12. And this is the exact same build that we had with iOS 15.7 last week. So there's no difference here. You can uninstall the beta profile if you're on iOS 15 betas, and you just had it a little bit early if you had 15.7 RC installed. Also, there's no additional modem update in this update. However, there are some changes here, and the major change has to do with security updates. So no physical changes. Apple hasn't said that they've fixed anything, but you'll see here it says this update provides important security updates and is recommended for all users. They haven't specified what's actually in this update for any of these devices. That's pretty typical with one of these last sort of updates. They're not going to push any features or major changes. They're just going to fix and patch security updates. We can see those security updates on Apple's security website. So if we go into Safari, I have it loaded here. Scroll down and you'll see all the different versions installed today that are available. You'll see it says details soon. Let's see if they've updated these. Scroll down, and they're still updating some of them at the time of this video, but if we go into iOS and iPadOS 15.7, we can see the security updates here. And there's actually quite a few of them. So as we go from top to bottom here, and I'll link this in the description if you want to take a look at it, you'll see the devices it's available for. There's some kernel patches. There's also a Maps update, Media Library, Safari, Safari extensions, shortcuts, and WebKit. And all of these updates can be read like this. Impact is the issue, where it says a website may be able to track users through Safari web extensions. To fix it, the description, a logic issue was addressed with improved state management. Same is true for shortcuts. A person with physical access to an iOS device may be able to access photos from the lock screen using shortcuts. They fixed it with a logic issue was addressed with improved restrictions. So quite a few significant security updates, but don't expect any major bug fixes or changes. So this is not going to have much of that in this. One thing I noticed right away is this update seems to be very smooth and fast. Whether you're just scrolling through something, ProMotion is nice and fast on the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max, and just overall things seem to be nice and quick. If we go into music on the iPhone 6s Plus, it's the first time I've opened it here. We'll give it a second to load using the internet. So you'll see there it loaded. We'll scroll down, and it's working okay. It is a little stuttery just as it's loading. Now it's nice and fast. Otherwise, performance seems to be pretty good. And the Geekbench scores actually show that. So if we go over to benchmarks, you'll see here single core was 1,744, multi-core is 4,823. This is actually better than it was previously, even on iOS 16 updates. So this seems to be very good. Performance should be what you expect. I wouldn't expect any degradation there, and just the overall user experience is good. However, you won't get any of those new features that we're seeing in iOS 16. Now with battery, I would not expect any differences there. Security updates rarely affect that. So if you're concerned about overall battery life, I really wouldn't worry about it on 15.7. People that have been using it really report no difference from 15.6.1. So if you had a good result there, no issues. Battery health is measured by the actual capacity of the battery, so I really wouldn't pay attention to that. Overall battery life should be quite good in this update. So that's pretty much it for the last generation devices that are no longer supported under iOS 16. The iPhone SE, 6S, 6S Plus, 7, and 7 Plus. All of them are getting this update, and it should be their last major update. So I would definitely recommend installing it due to those security patches. Everything still seems to be nice and fast. We'll go into the camera for the first time here. nice and fast on the 6S Plus. No issues there. And of course, like I said, you can install 16 on different devices. But if you have one of the older devices that supports this, it's still a good update, but I would definitely recommend installing it. Of course, be sure to check out my other video with iOS 16 updates, where I go over well over 150 updates, all of the major changes. I don't go into every little icon change or difference there, but I do go into all the major changes. And it's an hour-long video, so there's some significant changes there. Of course, if you'd like to get your hands on this wallpaper, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.